Hello and welcome to Fall Semester 2018. I have this quick video tutorial just to walk you through my Canvas shell. Each of the Canvas shells, if you're doing other online classes, are probably set up a little bit differently, so I wanted to just acquaint you with how I set this one up. So a couple things. This is your home page. The home page I have set as the syllabus page, so when you log on, this is the page most likely that you'll see. There's a link right here to the video that you're watching right now. There's a couple things to help you navigate this semester. So on the home page, if you scroll down, I have listed the syllabus document itself is here, which you can download and look at. But you'll also be able to look here, the course summary in terms of what's going to be due and when it's going to be due is all listed here. So you can scroll down, you can look at the date, you can actually click on the link and it will take you to the assignments that are due. And I have the whole semester set up for you, so there's no surprises. Each of the chapters I have listed here, they're going to open up on the Friday before the week that they're due. Some of the work will be due midweek the following week, and then most of it will be due the following Monday of the week. So it'll open on a Friday. You'll have, about 9 days before it's all due, with interim due dates during that week. So usually it's the due dates will be on a Wednesday and a Monday each week. So you can kind of access it there. The other way to really navigate is to look in the calendar, and I highly recommend using the calendar. I know a lot of students will rely on, you'll have a running to-do list over here, but there's a couple of assignments that will not show up on the to-do list. So primarily it's your discussion. And I know we're going to have this conversation a couple of times, but I'm going to state it here now. So if you go to the calendar, click open the calendar here. Let me make sure I have the right class. I don't have the right class, so I'm going to pull up your class. So here on the calendar, you can see our first day of school is here on the 20th. Your introduction discussion will be due by Wednesday of this week, so on the 22nd of August. And for that, what you're going to be posting is your initial response. The final responses for the discussion, so if we go down here to week 27, August 27, you're going to see here that the all of your paperwork, all of your assignments are going to open up on the 1st. Your initial discussion post, so your initial post will be due on that Wednesday. This due date will not show up on your to-do feed, so you're going to have to somehow put a reminder in your calendar, use this calendar, set it up somewhere so that you remember to do this initial discussion. There's always a chapter quiz that's due on Wednesday, so hopefully that'll remind you. And then the follow-up discussion posts. So each discussion will require 2 follow-up posts where you'll be commenting on other students. Those you can start making on the 30th, and the due date for those, like for this week of the 27th, we'll go to the next month. So chapter 1, it'll show, So chapter 1 is going to show down here your follow-up post for that initial discussion. So the chapter 1 discussion, and then the follow-up is going to be due that following Monday. So take a look at it. I have it in the introductory assignment, so you can take a look and kind of read through that too. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but just know that your initial discussion post is due on Wednesday. The follow-up posts you can start making on Thursday. The follow-up posts are due by the following Monday. Okay, let's go back to the actual course here. So you're going to click on the modules. And once you get into the modules, you'll see here I have them all broken down into the weekly modules. They will identify the day they open and then the final due date for any material in there. You can also see in here there's due dates listed within each of those assignments, so you can kind of go through there. This first week, you're just kind of getting used to the class, how to communicate. For some of you who've been online students in the past, it's probably somewhat repetitive, but I want to make sure everybody's familiar with how my class is set up. So it's pretty light here this first semester, this first week. And there's a couple of assignments that you're going to start working on and digging into the chapter. And if you don't have your book yet, I have several books on reserve in the library. You can't check them out, but you can go to the library and use them. So if you need some information, most of this, like the behavior change, I put the information in there. So this first week, you should be pretty good if you don't have your book, but you're going to need it as soon as possible. So make sure you get your book. And then we'll jump down here. So each of the weeks are delineated out here for you. Basically, it's a similar pattern each week. You're going to be doing, this first week's a little bit different. So each week is pretty similar. You're going to, I have the lecture, which is a guided lecture. You don't need to turn that in, but it helps you to sort of orient in terms of what are some of the key concepts that you need to know from that chapter. This would be the chapter 1 discussion, the quiz. I might have some other assignments in here and then an assessment. But each week you can expect a discussion, a quiz, an assessment. There's additional things that are going to be required as well. The other thing we'll be doing in this class, we'll be doing a diet analysis. For the diet analysis, that's where I think this week 1, you'll actually be using the diet analysis software that's in here. So I'm opening this up. The analysis software that you'll be using is called GB Healthwatch. This will be the same software that you'll be using for the whole semester. This first week, you're just going to be entering data for 1 day and just getting used to using the software and being able to download the information. So I've got that listed in there. I have a step-by-step instruction sheet here for you. That may be something you're going to need to refer back to with each of the analysis that you're going to do. So ultimately, after doing this first week, what you'll do is keep a 3-day food record. If that 3-day food record looks good to you and it's an average food record, you'll be using that same analysis each week, but you'll be looking at a different component. So when we're talking about carbohydrates, you're going to go back and look at that analysis and specifically look at your carbohydrate intake. You'll be looking specifically at your protein intake, your fat intake, your vitamin and mineral intake. So each chapter that we're going through, you'll be looking at that same analysis for different criteria. So that's kind of how that will work. So I think that kind of gives you an idea how to navigate. You can always go back to your home page if you need to look at how to access everything. And if you have any questions, I'm available by email. I'm pretty good about getting back to you. If you need to do a screencast and we can talk to each other because you have some more specific questions, I'm available. My office hours for this semester are going to be Monday and Wednesday from 8 to 9:30 and Monday, Wednesday from 2 to 3 o'clock. If you need to meet with me or if you need to talk over the phone at some other time, send me an email and we can set up a time when we can get together. I'm pretty widely available on Fridays as well. So if you need to set up a time and we need to get together on a Friday, I can meet you on campus on Friday as well. So off to a good start. Hopefully everybody is looking forward to starting up this semester, and I'll look forward to meeting all of you online.